Hi and welcome to another episode. I hope you're all well and enjoying your day or evening wherever you are. I want this channel to be about all kinds of different debacles, whether it be Mexit debacle, news debacles, or just debacles in life in general. Now, this story that I'm going to present to you really got me in the heart. When it comes to animals, elderly, the vulnerable, I'm a real softie. Now, most of you know that I own a German Shepherd. He is a working dog, but he's the most beautiful boy I have ever known. Very ridiculously, annoyingly loyal. And I say annoyingly because sometimes in the middle of the night when you get up to go to the bathroom, there he is at the bathroom door, and if it's dark you can trip over. I mean, he's 60 kilos for God's sake. He's like a human. But I love him with every bone I have in my body. Like, literally. He is just freaking adorable. Now, if you know anything about the German Shepherd breed, that's one of their biggest traits, is they're loyal. Fiercely loyal. Now, this story came out a couple of weeks ago and it didn't sit right with me from day one. As pictured, you can see what we call a ute. Now, we have a very similar one, same colour, all decked out, different make and model, but decked out the same for caravan and camping and bush bashing, you know, with the antennas, with the snorkels, with the lights, with the bull bar, with the, you know, side tent and the back of the ute. The canopy, as we call it, is decked out. Ours is decked out with a slide out fridge and an oven and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, now this story came out that this man, they are Irish migrants, should I say, and they've been here for several years. Now, this story came out that this man had gone to his mates, had too much to drink and decided to stay the night, and he had taken his dog with him. Now, the story came out that the dog didn't get on with his mate's dogs, so he decided to put his dog in the back of the canopy with the window open and water in the back for the dog to sleep in so it wouldn't fight with his mate's dogs. Now, this canopy has slide windows. Ours has push-out windows. I would never put my dog in the back of a canopy for any length of time. Ours sits in the back seat if we go anywhere and he needs to be with us down the beach or caravanning or whatever. He's in the back seat. He has his own seatbelt kind of thing and his own, like, they sell these really big rugs for the back seat of the car. And so you don't get hair everywhere because they shed like fairy dust everywhere. There's hair everywhere with these dogs. That's why I'm forever vacuuming. Anyhow, so, you know, people were going crazy going, you know, he's done the right thing on social media, blah, blah, blah. He's put, you know, the dog in the car so they don't fight, etc. That didn't sit right with me. But then the story was that the car got stolen with the dog in the back of the vehicle. Now, they had said that the dog slept in the back of the vehicle a lot of the time when they went caravan and camping, which is fair call if the dog is used to that with the owners near them. But he has said he placed the dog in the back of the car and then the car got stolen. So there was this 10-day manhunt to find this vehicle to save the dog. Now, I had put out on social media that I don't believe the story and that I feel that the owner should be looked at, and I copped so much abuse, which, whatever, that was my gut instinct. And what triggered that instinct was the fact that the owner was on TV, on the news, saying that the dog didn't bark when the car was stolen. I called bullshit straight away. I said, no, something's fishy. He's responsible for whatever's happened here. The car hasn't been stolen. Like I said, I copped a heap of abuse on social media, which I copped on the chin because I knew my gut instinct was right. There's no way on God's earth that a German Shepherd dog, as loyal as they are, would not bark if someone was 2 kilometres near the freaking vehicle. My dog, you can't even come near the perimeter of the house. He will go crazy. Any dog in a car, regardless of breed, would know if it's their owner or if it's not their owner by scent alone, movement, etc. He said the dog didn't bark because the dog thought it was them getting in the car. How could he possibly say that? So that's when I started going, nope, the owner. Well, pickle me grandmother. About 3 or 4 days ago, it's come out that the owner has been arrested. The car was found in front of a hooker's house, and he'd gone out to get some extra activity in his marriage from different women. So he made up this bullshit story that his car got stolen and the dog was found deceased in the back of the car. I was absolutely gutted. And so is the rest of Australia, because this man has literally just got sprung on national TV cheating on his wife, and his poor little 3-year-old, I think she's 3-year-old daughter, has lost the family pet. The dog was found deceased because it had been gone for 10 days. And this is in Queensland, where it's extremely hot most of the time and humid. So you can imagine the poor death that dog endured in the last moments of its life because of a selfish prick that was more concerned about getting his end wet than his frickin' dog. I am so ropeable. The laws need to be changed. Why take your dog with you in the first place? Why do it in the first place? Go out and cheat and pretend to your wife that you're at your mate's and you had to get an Uber home because your car got stolen. She didn't even know that the story that the car was stolen was false. She's not only been humiliated on national TV, she's lost her dog and probably her marriage now. What an absolute prick of a guy. But this dog died in the back of a car because of a selfish prick. This is a classic example of don't believe everything you hear or read on social media, because most of the time it's not true. The abuse I copped was ridiculous. Oh, you're a troll. The people in grieving. How can you be so cruel? Blah, blah, blah. But I knew... and very few people said the same thing. Very, very few people. Because I don't know whether they thought it or not. Who knows? But, that's the abuse. You get attacked online for having a difference of opinion. Yet the truth comes out. Seriously, why do people just follow the narrative and follow that if someone has said something that it's the gospel truth without thinking a little bit different, a little bit outside the square? That poor dog. It's actually really, really made me upset. I literally cried about this dog. Not only does he look like my dog, but I know the breed like the back of my hand. They are so freaking loyal. He would have been so scared and so, this poor dog vulnerable, sitting there waiting for his owner to come and open the back door so he can get air or feed or go and relieve himself to go to the toilet, etc. No, he was let to die because of a selfish bastard that thought it was better that his dog die and spin some bullshit story narrative to his wife that their car got stolen. People donated money for a reward for this dog. It was all over the news for days and days and days, all over every single social media platform. People from everywhere, the radio, the news, every station was saying, bring Arnie back. What an absolute pig. He should be charged to the full extent of the law because he murdered that dog. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Laws on animal cruelty need to change, especially in Australia, but everywhere. Animals are your family. That's the way I treat my dogs. I suppose not everyone's the same, but my dogs are family. They're extremely, extremely spoilt. This poor, beautiful dog died at the hands of an arsehole just because it was more important to get his rocks off his poor wife and daughter, what they've endured. Seriously. Anyhow, I hope you're all well and we shall chat very soon. Bye for now.